Well, time really flies when you're having fun. But when you're not, it drags on forever. Such has been the case. There's a shot, dog. Dog, saying hi. We've been moving. We're in a new town, we're in a new house, and we are finally in a shop. We are nowhere close to ready to rock and roll, but it's been too long. I'm ready to get back to work on this 76 GMC. So, I've got a little bit of wiring to do under the hood, and we're going to put in a new starter. We're going to be pulling the old GM starter out, start cranking it over, and it's finally turns that big thing over. But we're going to put in a high torque mini starter and see if it'll spin this big thing over fast like it should. So, and before you ask, yes, I'm putting a good, strong, fully charged battery. So fairly certain it is the charger, or excuse me, it is the starter. So we're gonna see if we can remedy that. So without any more delay, let's get back on this truck. It's go time. Real quick, look at the difference in size in these starters. I guess that's why they call it a mini starter. That's gonna be the new one. Yeah. Okay. Let's get it in there. Alright guys, I'm going to try to get this in one clean shot. Right up here, that hole and that hole there, there and there. Those are your bolt holes for the starter. Right in here, that's the edge of the flywheel. This is the transmission. So the bottom of your screen is towards the front of the vehicle. Top of the screen is towards the back. This is the exhaust pipe on the passenger side. Okay. This is going to be my signal wire. I'm going to hook it up last. And then here is my big heavy duty wire. That's battery. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to brace this in here so that I can wire it up without it falling on my head. Just kind of get it in there somehow. Maybe it'll hang, maybe it won't. Oh, see? I almost dropped it on my face. Alright. The back of this starter, if you can see, I don't know if there's glare, it's got one little bitty screw. That's the signal wire. And then it's got two big ones. One of the big ones links this solenoid to the actual starter motor. One of them is left for you to hook up your power supply. I also put my alternator wire to the starter instead of going to the battery, just to keep it off the battery. I don't know, that ends up with too many things end up on the battery, it seems like. Okay, got that on. Now let's see if we can tighten it up. Maybe, maybe not. Not tight enough yet. Let's tighten it up with my fingers. There, now it's out of the way. Can y'all still see what you're doing? Tightening that nut up right there. Now this doesn't have to be oil filled tight, but it needs to be on there pretty tight so you can get a good connection. Make sure you don't lose any kind of battery connection. I would tell you what the torque requirements are on it, but I don't know. So we're going to just say torqued. Alright, that one's on. Now we're going to take our little wire, the signal wire, and it goes on the little screw. So back that nut off. Oops, dropped those on my face. Good deal. Oh, and when you're doing this, disconnect your battery. You don't want battery lines touching things they're not supposed to be touching. Alright, run that nut up. See why you want to try to wedge your starter in there on something so it doesn't fall on your face? Kind of upside down. You're kind of upside down for a little bit. And it gets tiring holding that dang thing for so long. Alright. Take the big socket off. Little socket on. Here we go. Tightening. 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 Maybe. Did I get the wrong dang size? Oh no, it's tight. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a message coming through. I wonder if I'm using the wrong size socket. Let's see here. That one fits better. Yeah, I had the wrong one. It is a, what is this? 8mm. Sure, that makes sense. Now let's see if it'll tighten up. Oh yeah. Okay, now that's tightened up. Alright, let's get a bolt. Comes with 2 bolts. Now when you're putting this in, okay, the solenoid goes up and the opening where the Bendix is faces the driver's side, and you just slide her in there and line those 2 bolt holes up. And let's get a bolt so we don't drop it on our face. Oh sure, it's easy, he says. Nope. Gotta get past these little steel lines. Okay. Wonder what the chance we can find a bolt hole without bolts falling everywhere. Hang on. Hang on. Stay right there. Where'd that bolt go? Anybody see it? No? Maybe? Well, I don't see it either. Let's just get this one out. Oh, that one's already seated in there. We were doing so good. Where's that dang bolt? Alright, there it is. In there, you little jerk. Here's the hole. Let's switch hands. Close one. There's that other bolt. God, lining up the bolt holes is the worst part, isn't it? Hang on. May have our wires in the way. See if I can bend those out of the way a little bit. Nope, too tight. Remember I said I didn't want them to move? Now I can't even adjust them. That guy right there is keeping me from getting in good. At least that's what I'm going to blame it on. I think it is over too close to the header and not letting me scooch over far enough. Hang on. Loosen up the big one just a smidge. Try to move these guys over. There we go. All right, tighten it back up. Oop, don't touch that now. All right. Now are we going to be able to get one in? Maybe. If you can get a bolt in, things will go a lot smoother. Things will go a lot smoother if we can get a bolt started. If we can get a bolt started, I said. Alright. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's use an extension now. Sticking too many hands up in there. Alright, let's see. Alright, we got a bolt started. Now, we got to get it lined up, and we got to get the other bolt in there as well. So this isn't... Can't tell, but I don't think that's lined up. Nope. That is not, in fact, lined up. Let's get that out of there. Drop it. Now then, why isn't that lined up? 2 bolts, super easy. Nope, not super easy. I think we have a misfitment. Well, maybe we don't. Well, why did that bolt go way over there? Can't reach it. Now I got it. Okay. Blocking my own camera view, huh? I just don't know if that's lining up right, fellas. Okay, sorry, we had a few technical difficulties, but as you can see, it's in. I've got the bolts threaded, so now I'm just going to basically run them in, and you want to be real careful not to overdo it, so I'm going to use a drill. Get them started a little bit at a time. And if, you know, bounce back and forth so that it goes up even. Once I've got most of the threads run in, I'm gonna be a little smarter about it and switch to a regular wrench. Like you should do. Make sure she goes up even. Make sure it stays up snug so I don't have to use any shims around these bolts. Nice and tight. Just like before, we're going to use our elbow torque wrench. Tight, 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 tight. Click. That's torqued. Tight, 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 tight. Click. That's torqued. Okay, make sure it's solid, it's not jiggling. The bolts have seated right here, and we know it's taking this all the way up to its space. There's no jiggle, so I don't need any shims. Bolts are good. It's in place. We've got her all wired up. So let's get out from under the truck and see if, you know, we have a starter that wants to turn over. Okay, starter's in. Now we're gonna turn this thing over and see if we get good power. I'm connected here with my trigger start, connected to the junction box, and connected here to the ignition wire. I know you probably can't see that good, but that's all we're gonna need to do to start it from right here. So let's give it a listen. Yep, way better than before. Before we had that so that's way stronger turning over, so I like it. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna start pulling this whole front clip off because I'm pretty sure this motor's coming out. We're misfiring on 8 and 5, I believe. So I don't know what the deal is, still having trouble starting. Probably just going to pull the whole motor out and run through the whole thing and probably do a full rebuild on it. So if you guys want to check that out, you know, keep watching because that's probably what's coming next. So anyway, right on, there we go. The starter's in and we've accomplished that. I also went ahead and threw those spark plug wires in. You've seen that before. You don't need to see that again. So anyway, Go Time Garage, if you're enjoying it, let me know. If you want to see more, subscribe. See y'all next time.